Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm just a lady with a bulldog and a camera and far too many opinions, and we are going to go over those today. Now, in one of my last top fails videos, we stumbled across, honestly, we're blessed with a new favorite character. She's definitely a character in my opinion. And we are going to go over her Instagram today because I just find it quite interesting, and I think there's a lot of red flags that y'all should be aware of, are already aware of them, but you know, if I have to see it, so do you. This is Saber Buffy, something like that. She does present herself as a public figure. This is not bullying, she's just the example. I don't know her. I don't want to. I don't care to. She could be such a nice, great person. I don't care. Knowingly or unknowingly, she's using manipulation and trauma dumping and spiritual warfare to manipulate people into a pyramid scheme. So this is the consequence of that behavior. All right, so let's go ahead and go over some of her first few posts that I saw. Now, this is one of the ones that's pinned to her Instagram. And it says, most people can't wrap their head around how I make passive income being my own brand. It's probably because you don't. you don't do that. No, you don't. She's in Kangen, and a lot of times you'll see high ticket affiliate marketing or high ticket sales, high ticket something. That's Kangen. That's what that is. They can say all day long it's affiliate marketing. They can be as vague as they want. They can say that they don't DM people, they don't pitch people, they don't do whatever, but typically what people in Kangen, Anagic, the water filter company, will do is they'll use like Facebook ads and targeted ads to get leads and to get people to contact them. And obviously they're like super vague about it. And then finally, once you're like 4 levels deep into the conversation, then you realize, oh, they're trying to get me to sign up for this pyramid scheme. Like that's what this is. So that's nasty. Don't do that. But a lot of times how they get people to get in or really like attract people is because of their trauma dumping, and they are like all about that, and it's not cute. Yeah, the reason why people don't wrap their head around it or don't get it is because you're so vague and you don't talk about it. I don't do the boring BS. No, it's because you're vague. I never pitch products, spam your DMs, or do sales calls, but no matter if you understand it or not, let me be the example that it is possible. You're an example of something, all right. 7 years ago, I considered traditional network marketing. They'll always try to say that they're different. You're not different. It's just more of the same BS. The idea of building a team and making passive income over time sounded amazing. However, when I tried to convince someone to sign up under me, they questioned why they would sign up under me instead of the person I signed up under. Yeah, that's valid. The same question can occur when you're in network marketing or in Kangen. Like, why would someone sign up under you instead of the person that you signed up under? Makes no sense what she's saying. The compensation plan was set up to where they would never make as much as me. It's not necessarily true. If you're not doing anything and they're recruiting a bunch of people, they can make more than you. In that moment, I felt icky and decided not to move forward with that plan. I labeled everything else that had multiple levels in their business structure a pyramid scheme. Every company has multiple levels unless it's a sole proprietorship. That's not what defines a pyramid scheme. She's saying that she does and trying to call network marketing a pyramid scheme, which is like, okay, you write about that, but you're not right about why you're calling it a pyramid scheme. So like you're right, but you're also wrong. But in 2019, I was introduced to a model that was basically network marketing on steroids. No, girl, it's just the same thing, just more expensive and more vague and manipulative and culty, honestly. Go on all these retreats and collect rocks and eat dirt and live off the grid, which nothing wrong with any of those things except for being in a pyramid scheme and like being in a cult, taking advantage of people who just want to do those things. At first, I was hesitant because I wasn't willing to compromise my authenticity and represent another brand as a full-blown artist. What does that mean? A full-blown artist? However, I realized that automation was the missing link to all of these models. Whenever they say automation, it means ads, which you are paying for. So therefore, it sucks even more. Like they act like that's the key to everything and like, oh my gosh, that's so good. But there's no guarantee that you putting out these ads. And the ads could be so enticing and so great, but it doesn't matter. It's so frustrating that they take advantage of people, because in my head, I'm like, how could anyone fall for this like BS? Like how could anyone fall for this? But the thing is that people who are falling for this are, maybe so desperate or so, just down bad that they are willing to overlook these glaring red flags and sign up for this and be taken advantage of. And it's like, that's not okay. That's not okay. It's so Anyways, I could sell my dream lifestyle by living it and attracting people to a new paradigm. Whenever she says paradigm, she says it a lot. I always think she says pilgrim. A new pilgrim of doing business online. We still face our fears, doubts, and imposter syndrome, but we view them as opportunities to grow and become better. It's because you're delusional and brainwashed. And I saw regular people living this lifestyle who didn't have millions of followers, an extensive marketing background, or sell anything on their pages except inspiration. Girl, you are telling on yourself. That's the problem. They're just selling inspiration, but that's not what people are buying. People are buying a water filter. Like, I don't want to be like, how can these people sleep at night? Because people say that about me. They're like, how can you make content about other people and sleep at night? I sleep really well because Casper Mattress sent me a free mattress because of my job. So we sleep great. Actually, I have a baby, so I don't really sleep great. But it took getting out of my own way and thinking outside the box to step into this world where I make what was once my annual income every month. Our dreams require us to do things differently. Otherwise, we would all be there already. You still haven't mentioned the water filters. You still haven't mentioned Kangen. You still haven't mentioned the company. So if you've been curious but skeptical, just shoot me a message or continue to watch and wonder what if. But I will keep shining and building my empire. This is the frickin' golden era, y'all. This girl is a doozy, to say the least. If not for nothing, this girl's confident, and I love that. I love seeing, and in my opinion, there's nothing, almost nothing, that makes me happier and almost nothing sexier than someone who is so confident. Like, not like cocky, blindly confident, but like confident, like you can tell they just love themselves. I love that. That's the vibe this person is giving off. However, this reel, and you could say like, maybe that's just like a little highlight reel of like the craziest she's worn. I could have put together a reel of like me in ball gowns, of course, if like reels were a thing back then, and if I was an influencer back then. And people would think, oh my gosh, wow, she's like constantly doing stuff like that. Like she's always in black tie. But of course, that's just social media. Like we could give her the benefit of the doubt and be like, she's not always dressed like this. And if we did that, we'd be wrong. Because according to her social media, she is always dressed like this. Like, do you own just like a big t-shirt? But hey, you know what? Get it how you live it. I only included that one just because it's funny. But living proof, you can make 10K months. Why is it always 10K months? Why is it always 10K months? Are we in the era again? We're always in this era of them just regurgitating the same buzzwords and phrases and same that all of them say and just regurgitating everything. It's like Groundhog's Day. Actually, no. It's like the Truman Show. And I'm Truman. And I'm just sitting in the driveway and people are just going on a loop, just walking around my block. And in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Such a good movie. If you haven't watched that recently, go watch it. 10K months from 1 to 2 sales a month from your fully expressed content without ever pitching a product. Girl, do you understand how unethical that is? Like, again, you're telling on yourself. Like, it doesn't make sense. It's like, I can make this much money without ever doing anything. How? Why? Like, it does not make sense. Like, you are lying. Does this girl have, and like, does she ever show the water filters? Does she ever say Kangen? Does she ever say Anagic? Does she ever say, hey, I'm an MLM? Is the water filter in the room with us now? Probably not. Does she even own one? I don't know. Couldn't be me. We teach you everything you need to know to build this authentically and powerfully. Are you wearing suede French high heels with lace knee-high socks? You don't have to wear everything. Wasn't that Coco Chanel that said, I mean, wasn't she like a Nazi though, so we probably shouldn't listen to her. But didn't she say, before you leave the house, take one thing off? I think this girl read it wrong and was like, before I leave the house, put everything on. Could I be wearing more clothes? With POV, when you finally find your vibes, making money online, and decide to meet up in Bali to co-create the sauce. Drop a fire to learn. Is she wearing a collar? Now I'm starting to think she's selling something else. I'm sure she's not. Again, who knows? Not me. Good Lord. All right, let's check out this caption because it's a glorious one. You wouldn't take relationship advice from a single person in toxic relationships. So why do you take business advice from people who are broke? You don't have to be a millionaire to know that pyramid schemes and that high ticket affiliate marketing, and that all of this stuff that you are shilling is a scam, and that I want nothing to do with it. I also don't have to do meth to know that I shouldn't do meth. That type of mantra, or the structure of that mantra, the meaning of that mantra, the gist of it, whatever, is not applicable to every single thing. That's kind of like when the MLM girlies are like, you've never done network marketing, you've never been successful in it, why would I listen to you? Yeah, because I'm not dumb enough. Sorry. I'm too smart. Actually, I have joined 3 and then quit within 72 hours of joining each one. I got bamboozled, okay? Just like you did. I wised up and admitted, oh, I'm dumb. I shouldn't be in this. And there are smart people in MLMs, I get it, but they're just brainwashed. But I didn't get that far, thank God. You know what's really expensive? Following everyone's advice, but your own intuition and your own desire. You know what's really expensive? Joining a pyramid scheme, especially this one. If you see someone living the life you desire, it is being put into your reality because you are actually fully capable yourself. Or it might just be because you saw that person on social media and that's how the algorithm works. Don't shoot the messenger. It's probably not like the universe trying to get you to go slip around on this bed with this girl in Bali. Well, like, what are they doing? They're really like selling sex. If you wouldn't trade lives with them, why listen? I wouldn't trade lives with my dad. No offense, love him, but I'm gonna listen to his advice because he's very smart. For most, it's because the validation from others makes them feel safe, as they don't trust their own abilities. And it makes me sad. No, what makes you sad is that people don't want to join your pyramid scheme and don't want to sign up under you. And then you can't spend more time in Bali or Tulum, whoever you pyramid scheme white go. But what I can say is the ones who have the audacity to create something radically different from everyone else. From everyone else around them. They're the ones that will make it happen inevitably. Are you making it happen, or are you just so delusional that you've convinced yourself that you are successful and that you are making it happen even though you're spending more money than you're making and you're embarrassing yourself on the internet? If you want an average life, listen to what most people say and do. Like, what's wrong? Listen, if she wants to thump around in the sheets and, shake her butt cheeks all over Prague or wherever she goes, that's fine. But like, you know what's cool? Traveling. You know what's cool? Having a 401k. Buying a house. Not right now because the interest rate is crazy. It's a little bit crazy. That's why we're like holding off for a minute. Having 100K in savings. Working a lot. Personally, I think that's cool. Not being a crackhead. I think that's cool too. Having like at least one good friend. Having good relationships with your family. If you don't, who cares? Your family's who you choose anyways. Like having kids, that's cool. Or if you don't want to have kids, that's cool too. Like having a family unit. Getting a dog. Charity work, that's cool. Like meal prepping. Like it's just frustrating that they're always like, you need to find purpose. You need to do this. You need to do that. Your life's boring. You don't want to be ordinary. Stop telling me what I want to do while you're twerking on a bed. Stop doing that. The inspiration and direction you'll receive from mentors who came into your life for a reason are literally a life raft being thrown at you because you told the universe you were tired of trying to swim on your own. Stop telling me about myself. Stop telling me what I'm doing or not doing, lady. But will you grab on and trust yourself to make it? I mean, I don't know. Will you? Good Lord. Honestly, that's up to you. But if you weren't capable, how much time do you use? Like, do you use ChatGPT to write these? I really hope so, because the effort or the time put into these, and then she signs every post. Like such a boomer. Empower yourself to empower the world. Saber. This one was interesting because we've talked about before how they're always like, I speak on stages. I can do that too. Why is that the thing that you measure your success with? Like, why? That makes no sense. Because I'm speaking on stage because it makes them feel important. It makes them feel like, look at me. People want to listen to what I have to say. Like, I'm someone who has something to say. You do have something to say, and people will probably still listen to you, even if you're not on a stage at a cult meeting. It's just so weird that they're like, look at me, I'm somebody now. But again, it just feeds that delusional, and it sounds kind of mean, but it's like that delusional like ego that the industry and the culture of network marketing will really like build you up into, to thinking like you're somebody. So then when you start to thinking about leaving, you're like, well, I would have nothing without this. She's also wearing like chains on her face and has like an eraser in her ear. I don't know what that is. Listen, live your life, whatever, but it's just crazy. You might find yourself like on stage in Sweden, and then she like turns the camera to a bunch of people. There's like a whole montage. of her like dancing all over. It's just so like weird. And then she's just like gyrating in like the cobblestone streets, like next to a castle or some shit. It's just so strange. It's like, why was this the thing that you like added on? Like, you could have just cut off the, I don't think she understands how to make content, but that's okay. Listen, she's authentically herself. My heart exploded today. You'd be dead if that happened. I spoke in Sweden to a room of nearly 200 global online entrepreneurs. Scammers. Why are you on stage speaking to anybody? You have like less than 2,000 followers, I think. Okay, less than 4,000. Still, I mean, still a good amount, but it's like, no, you're not a top 2% affiliate marketer. Are you in the top 2% of your pyramid scheme? Possibly, but also saying you're in the top 2% of a pyramid scheme when like 99% of people are at the bottom of it, you could just be the second rank and be in the top like 1% of the pyramid scheme. So it's really not that impressive when you actually like know statistics and know that it's all a scam. I made lifelong friends and was triggered and propelled into the most transformational breakthroughs of my life as a leader of a budding organization and being human, learning to heal. What does any of that mean? I have been born again into a family I never knew existed until now. You are in a cult, bam. I remember why I am actually worthy of creating this insane life that I chose what I said yes to. That is so sad. This just got real dark. To have the audacity to be an example for people all around the world to be fully expressed and rise in this golden era for conscious entrepreneurs. So many buzzwords everywhere. If this is like her authentically being herself, that's wonderful. Good for her. You don't have to like be this like alternative, let's just say that word, to be fully yourself. You don't have to wear cat ears or shave part of your head. You don't have to do that to be fully yourself. Maybe that's not fully yourself or who you are or whatever, you know? Just wanted to put that out there. A path that most believe is impossible, but being living proof. As someone with no experience just a few short years ago who was living in a bus playing small can actually blow up to a multi-six-figure and soon seven-figure residual income that is purely sprouted from the impact of the lives that are changed along the way. It's not residual income if you're going to all these meetings and retreats and going through these leads and all that. Because sure, you might not spend time on Zoom calls, which I'm sure you probably actually do. You might not spend time selling the actual product, which clearly you don't. But it's not automated in the way that people are just signing up without ever speaking to you. So no, it's not actual residual income. You're still doing work. A source of income doesn't have to be normal or traditional for it to be viable or sustainable or attainable. Courage to hold the torch for humanity, even when I've wanted to give up so many times. You sell water filters. A water filter cult. At the time where choice matters more than anything else in the world right now. We won't even touch that. The knowing that what I have to offer changes more lives than anything else on the planet in health and wealth is pure bliss. This is what's possible. You sell water filters. Secretly, because clearly you don't even talk about them on your page. This girl is wild, absolutely wild. Don't go bash this person, don't go contact them, don't do any of that. Do not engage, please. Don't bully them, don't harass them. Anything like that, please. I'd appreciate it. I think she might be my favorite character right now. It's just, she's very fun to watch, honestly. But I wish the best for her. I don't want her to be in a cult. She's, in my opinion, way too far gone. She is in a cult, in my opinion, because Kangen, along with any other multi-level marketing company, are very culty. But I hope that you are drinking water. Speaking of water filters, I hope you're drinking water, filtered or unfiltered. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. Go touch grass. Wash your butt. Your nice butt looks great. And I'll see you in my next video. Oh, and please do subscribe. I know I don't ask y'all a bunch, but like, please do subscribe. And share my videos if you want. Okay, goodbye.